The main purpose of this meeting tonight was to gauge the amount of support that we have. That. I can now go home. And I will apologise now because at some point I will get emotional. But don't get too distressed, as Lloyd will back me up on this. I do get upset when I'm watching TV adverts at times. The background to where we are now is Lloyd and I have known since the 6th of February that Post Office Ltd wanted to close our counter. At that time I had to sign a confidentiality agreement. I was quite philosophical at the time. After all, I left Northern Rock to come to live here. It's ironic, on the day that we announced possible closure of Greenodd Post Office, Northern Rock announced it was going to cut its workforce by a third. So I could have been out of a job anyway. But I always thought when they announced the closure programme that either us or Leven Valley at Back Barrow Post Office would be one to go. There was two so close together. And I was not aware that Leven Valley was going to close until it was made public on the 18th of March. So that came as quite a shock, and that's probably what's motivated me more than anything. That there's a huge gap in this area with no post office at all. So, to explain exactly what they're proposing to do, is they're going to close the post office counter and they're going to put what they call a mobile outreach service, and that is going to park outside the telephone box, outside of this village hall for 11 hours a week. And they assured me, I think, that there's plenty parking, I think it says in all the official communication. Leven Valley Post Office is going to be replaced by what they call a hosted outreach service, which will be 9 hours in, I think, Cascades at the Whitewater Hotel. As I said, I expected one of us to go, but not both of us, and it seems totally illogical to me that that's happened. And also, when you look at the map of where some of the post offices are being left open, the fact that around Grange, they're keeping Lindale, Grange, Kent's Bank, Alathwaite, Flookborough and Cartwell post offices open, and I think Kent's Bank is about half a mile from Alathwaite. Resort, the post office have chosen this mobile outreach service, and I think that's one point that we've got in our favour, because it's probably the least preferable option for them, and is probably the most expensive option for them. So how does this closure affect us? First of all, Lloyd and I personally, we're going to lose a third of our income. Next emotional bit, we'll lose the staff. We won't be able to afford to pay the staff. We will try and keep the shop going in the newspaper deliveries, but that won't support both of us either. So we've been here 5.5 years, and we've loved every minute of it. Well, almost every minute of it. And won't ever regret coming here. We've made so many friends and we've been made so welcome in this community that we will do everything to keep this post office going and keep the shop going. But unfortunately there are no guarantees. So the way I see it is, the loss of the post office counter could spell the beginning of the end of Greenodd Village shop, and this would have a knock-on effect on the bakery, the butchers, and ultimately the villagers and the community as we know it.